WJBW is made possible by sausage. Stick one in your mouth.
I hear a little bit of feedback in the mic.
These charges are not mine.
Today's episode of the JB Webb Show is sponsored by Ashtray.
Maybe embellishing.
All right, I'm walking down the street now. I'm walking live here on the street. I'm going to see who I can find.
I need to hear the tambourine.
Do you want me to do the JB Webb Show? Oh, I spit on you.
You are not part of the conversation.
Do you? Do you really?
Thank you for holding, JB.
And the listening.
Thank you for holding, JB.
Definitely a day job I don't complain about.
Gotta find out what's going on, what you're doing, what you're intending to do.
Love Shack, baby!
Juggernaut of rock action.
What kind of crap is this?
Oh, yeah.
JB?
What do you mean? Come on. Welcome to the JB Rev Show. Every week, our non-dying effort to talk with talented people that are doing great stuff here in Central Florida. This week, no exception for sure. We are out here in Oviedo.
Yeah,
At the
Oviedo.
little side.
I went to high school, Oviedo High School.
You did? I thought you went to Winter Park.
No.
What's the
I lived
matter
in
with
Winter
you?
Park.
Okay.
I got expelled, though, from Oviedo
Okay.
after 9 weeks.
Wow.
Yep.
All right,
Smoking
Jerry.
cigarettes in the
okay,
the girls'
remedial.
bathroom.
All right,
True
All
story.
right. We are the JB Rev Show. We do this every single week. Talk with people, learn about them, and encourage our audience, you, to go participate in what they're doing, whether it's music, art, and in this case, an excellent retro. But futuristic Pinball Lounge.
Yeah.
And that's where we are right now. It's in the Oviedo Bowling Center. It is a little place right here, kind of right off the side, but you can get into the bowling area, and it's full of awesome futuristic pinball machines. It's not
And
these
the
old
classics, too.
It's not these old clackety type of things. There's a lot of graphics and digital components to these things. So I'm stoked to be here. Thanks for setting this up, Reverend.
Yeah,
it was
man.
a good
I got
call.
lucky with this.
It was a good call. It was a good call. So first up on the agenda tonight, we're going to speak with both of the owners, Ed Clamp and Kurt
Van Zyl.
Van Zyl.
What a cool last name, right?
Van Zyl?
Yeah,
there
Van
you go.
Zyl.
All right, so cool.
Van Halen.
So,
Van Halen, Van Zyl.
So we got, we actually have Ed right here, and we're going to kind
we
of
do.
start with you. So thanks so much. You've been very accommodating. This place is beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
You guys do a great job in keeping excellent games available for everyone.
Pinball games, though.
Pinball games.
Right.
But give us some of your history, because I'd love to kind of hear how you got into into this. Go ahead.
And before we get into it, the reason we've got Ed here tonight is because with my job, I'm not going to say what it is, but I go into people's homes and I do an inspection.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so I was. This is a second time.
So this is your passion. Yeah.
Well, no, that's not
You
my
talk
passion.
about it.
But in any event, this was the second time I went to Ed's house, and we were talking. And last year he told me about this place, and I never made it out here, and I was very surprised. So I was like, you know what, I'll check it out. And you also told me about he's got a space in the Sanford Seminole Town Square Mall, which we'll talk about. But I actually went and checked that out too. That's really cool.
Awesome.
So, needless to say, we're here with Ed Clamp. Thanks again for being here. I was going through his house, and he's got, 10, 15 pinball machines.
So, too many for the space that I've got.
We started talking, and he was telling me what's going on. So I was like, you know what? And you're so well-spoken, and you're just a good guy. So I'm like, we need to have you on. So it's good to have you here, Ed.
Yeah, and you're very accommodating. Thanks for having us. We're set up outside because there's a lot of noise going on inside the Pinball Lounge. As great music, full bar, a lot of great food around the corner, and excellent pinball games.
Thank you.
So give us some history. Has pinball always kind of been a fascination of yours, or give us some history of how you kind of said, "Hey, let's make this happen."
Sure. Interesting. I've been into pinball probably since 75, 76.
You probably remember the movie Tommy that came out.
Yeah.
Some people
yeah.
are going to remember it, some aren't.
Yeah.
That's a pretty old movie. Weird movie, too, if you've ever seen it.
Yeah,
it's
it
really
is.
weird.
It is.
Tina Turner,
Yeah,
Acid Queen.
yeah,
That
I
was
think
crazy.
Anne Margaret's in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Roger Daltrey. It's a strange movie, but it has pinball ties to
And
it.
that goes to say, back in America, pinball was huge in the culture.
Oh, absolutely.
It was
So when you
huge.
walked around, that's all you saw.
Yeah.
Pre-video games, it's all you saw was pinball, and so I used to pester my mom and dad when we would see a bunch of them and say, hey, give me $1, give me 50 cents or whatever,
Yeah.
and go play some games, and you kind of get good at it after a while. And one of the neat things I always loved about it was the fact that you could win. You could win, and if you were any good, you could keep playing on the same quarter,
Right.
or dime or whatever it was. So you could say, I mean, I remember instances where I'd sit for hours and play one game.
You know something I always love to hear is that free game click.
Oh, yeah, the knock of the replay.
Yeah,
absolutely.
How does that? Is that like a? How does? I mean, that's in the pinball machines today too, right?
Yeah.
What is that exactly?
It's a solenoid, probably about an inch and a half in diameter. It's got a hole in the center of it. It's a coil. It's like an electromagnetic coil.
Okay.
It's got a couple wires attached to it that go to a computer in the game, and there's a pin inside of it. And that pin, it's actually mounted to the side of the cabinet. And when you hear that, you're hearing that thing energize, and that pin comes flying out of there and hits the side of the cabinet.
I love that.
Okay,
sound.
and so that triggers like, hey, you get a free game.
Oh yeah.
Is that why people would try to tilt the machine or rock
You
it
try
back
to
and
get as
forth?
many points as you could to try to get a free game or match. That's another thing too. Hey, I'm not very good at pinball. That was a terrible game. You always have an opportunity at the very end of the game to match, and that's where the last two numbers meet.
You got a 1 in 10 chance to match.
Exactly. Well,
this
there's
was
adjustments to that.
This was like before Atari.
But you're right.
Pinballs are. When were they? Do you know the history of pinball?
Yeah,
machines?
it was the original game was called Bagatelle. That's what it was designed after, and that was like a French game over in like the 1500s or so.
Really?
You look online. There's an interesting photograph of. It's not a photograph. Sorry, it's a.
Or like a
it's
drawing.
Like it's a drawing.
A rendering.
Yeah,
schematic.
but it was actually a political cartoon, and it showed Abraham Lincoln making some deal or something, and they're playing this Bagatelle. Now, Bagatelle was a huge game back then, like the size of a pool table. It had a bunch of pockets in it. It was at an angle and had a bunch of pins. And you'd try to like launch the ball or tickle the ball up, and it would bounce around and try to get in these holes, and whatever balls you got in the holes, you wrote down your score, and I got a 5,000, and the next guy got 300 or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's challenging, but that begat, one thing begat another, and then finally you end up with a guy comes out with flippers, and then initially the flippers are all over the play field. They don't really know where to put them. Then Steve Kordick, this guy was amazing. He says, you know what? Both these flippers belong right down here at the bottom of the pinball machine to give the player kind of the fighting chance. They've stayed there ever since.
Wow.
You'll see them add flippers
So was
around
that
the
like
playfield.
60s or something?
That was probably back
50s?
in 40s.
Oh, really?
I'm guessing, yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Right?
We just got back from what's called Free Play Florida.
Okay.
And it was a big event down at the Doubletree. They do it once a year.
Yeah.
And there's a guy out there named, I don't know, the guy's name's Jeff. He lives in Vero Beach. And he's got this just amazing collection of all these old games. They're like pre-war, from 34 and stuff. And that place was packed. He probably had 20 games sitting there.
Wow.
And they're all these old school games. Some of them don't even have electric. There's no lights or anything on them. And you pull this little marble, but it was just the engineering of it back then that was amazing. It captured people's attention. You see little kids over there. You see adults over there. And they've got this one that, like, it would load cannons, and then it would shoot depending on what you got. It did this cascading cannon.
Yeah, and it was all momentum, gravity.
Amazing.
The board was kind of tilted or something. Yeah.
Exactly. But it was really cool.
So you sound almost like a historian of.
It's your passion. It's my passion.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been into this, like I said, since I was a kid, and
so
got my
we
first game
kind
in
of
77. And
let's go back to that because
Sure.
we kind of jumped around a little, but. So you started getting into it as a kid, saying, "Hey, I want to play this."
Yeah, my dad owned a few machines when he was
really?
younger, and I'm like, it'd be kind of fun to have a machine. So we go over to Grandma's house, and in Grandma's basement there was a machine there called a Go-Go from 1966 by Williams.
Wow!
And I used to pester my dad. We go over there and I'd play it. Mom, Dad, you got to get me this game. You got to get me this game. So all of a sudden, I woke up one Christmas morning in '77, and there it was down in the basement.
Wow!
So, and I've still got it. I've had it ever since.
Wow!
And it's just that I ended up with the Black Knight. That was the second game I got. I got that in college.
That's a famous game. The Black
Were they
Knight.
themed?
Like,
Did you see that at Whiny Wench?
I did at your house. Yeah,
that's a great
and the
game.
Go-Go. I saw that
the
one
Go-Go,
as well.
you saw that too.
Yeah.
Are those electric?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You plug them
Yeah,
in?
the Go-Go is
Okay.
electromechanical, which there's a difference
Okay.
between the electronic ones and the electromechanical ones. The electromechanical, you have what's called a score reel. A lot of people here on the show has probably seen that, where instead of the numbers being digital,
Right.
some kind of a screen,
They flip.
They flip, exactly.
Okay.
That's called an electromechanical.
That's interesting. So you had a passion for it kind of as you were young and, collected them and then kind of moved into, was there a point where you said, in between then and now, were you just in a spot where you were like, hey, I can do this now? Or how, give us some color in between those, decades.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you want to know how this started, basically, right?
Yeah,
I got
we
you.
want to get there. Yeah.
So back in I guess it was the end of 2014. Kurt and I've known Kurt. Let's talk about how I met Kurt.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I met Kurt. I was buying and selling games on not online. This is pre-internet.
Yeah.
I was buying and selling games on the newspaper out of the Orlando Sentinel.
Okay.
And I think this lady called me up and said, "Hey, I met this kid that's really into pinball. I see that you're doing some pinball stuff. You really got to meet this kid." And I ended up meeting Kurt. His parents ended up buying him his first game. They bought it for me, and it was a Christmas gift, just like I had done,
Really?
like 30 years prior.
Yeah.
So here, he bought his first game from me, and that kind of struck up our relationship. He was a kid, like 14, 15 years old. So he would have a problem with it. I'd come over, I'd show him how to fix it, and he kind of took that to another level. And then, probably I think it was 3 years ago, we were both at Free Play Florida. We kept in touch on and off.
Yeah.
And we're both sitting there at Free Play Florida at night, and we're like, you know what? It's the party going on. People are all having fun playing pinball. We're just chatting, getting kind of catching up.
Yeah.
We got to open up our own place. We really ought to do this. And people talk about it all the time.
They sure
We're
do.
going to open up a place. And I can't. It's the ideas are easy, guys. It's the implementation that's hard.
Yeah.
Right.
Follow
So,
through.
in luck is when opportunity meets preparation.
That's right.
And so what happened is come February, he bowls here at the Oviedo Bowling Center. He knows the people. He used to be in the bowling center years ago.
Okay.
Used to be in the bowling industry years ago. Used to manage, I think, Castleberry Lanes. So he's in here bowling. He's talking to the management, and they said, "Hey, you're operating." He's got his own little vending business, right? He's operating some games.
Oh, okay.
He said, "Hey, you got some games in here in the area here where we've got the bowling center. Why don't you put some pinball machines in the lounge?" And Kurt's like, nobody really ever goes in the lounge. I put a quarter in there, and a week later it was still there. And then the manager goes, "Yeah, I'm the one that turned it over." It was that bad. They'd have like poker guys come in here on occasion. But it was really
like
wasn't
guys,
going on.
people smoking Virginia Slims or
Yeah,
whatever.
they had to smoke them
back in
outside
the
at
day.
that point.
Yeah.
But So they're in. So anyway, they're not doing anything with the space, and we sat down and we said, you know what, we could. If you put one or two games in here, you're not going to do much. But we put a bunch of games in here and really deck this place out. I think we could make something out of it. So lo and behold, we struck up a deal with the ownership, and
here you are.
And here we are, 2.5 years later.
Today.
Nice.
Yep, absolutely.
So how long have you been here in Orlando?
So, I've lived in Orlando since '88. But are you talking about how long has the lounge been here? Or you talking about me?
No. About how long? So the reason I'm asking is because you remember the Fun Machine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The one they had one on
50, and they had one on 1792. Yep.
Yeah. So I used to go there as a kid, and then just recently, it's been probably 4 or 5 years now. The place over by Cimarron Skateway. What's the name of that place?
That was Rocky's Replay.
Yeah, there you go.
Rocky's Replay.
And then they moved to
Next to the
Branch.
Hooters.
Yeah, that was a shame. That's what happened to that business. That's a shame.
Yeah, and then they just went away.
Well, they moved. They were. I think Eminent Domain took their first location.
Oh.
So they had to move. There's a retention pond there now.
Yeah.
And then so they moved to Howell Branch. They moved too close to a church. So they couldn't serve beer anymore. So that was a big draw for them.
Yeah.
And then they moved to Smokin' Devaney's 2, which is over off of Goldenrod area.
Yeah.
And then it was by that time they were almost in a shotgun area. There just wasn't enough room for games.
Yeah, crushed by kind of development and things that were going on.
Because that was a good
neat place.
Yeah.
So do you also have kind of on the engineering side of it? Do you get your hands dirty in the
absolutely.
machine? It sounds like, is that a fascinating side of it for you as well? How many people in America kind of do that?
Well, in this area, I don't know that there's that many.
See,
I know and you almost, in order to open up a place like this, you have to know how to work on your own games, or else you'll go broke.
Right.
I mean, we get to the point where we test components themselves and repair components on the boards, as opposed to, unfortunately, we live in a throwaway society nowadays.
Right.
Where you just chuck the board and put a new board in. And we have done that on occasion just to keep a game going, but we'd really like to go back to the original equipment. We fix it, we put it back in, and keep the game going.
That's awesome.
Well,
what's your background related to that? Did you
figured it out, dude?
Just kind of
Internet.
Getting your hands dirty, getting in there.
Yep.
How does this work? Because I guess
Learn
a lot
and
of
burn.
that too. Yeah, there's no YouTube
Fake it
video
till you
for
make
that.
it.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't go.
true.
There's no YouTube video. How do I fix this pinball machine? Nothing.
Yeah. There's a lot of information out on the internet now that wasn't there a long time ago, but a lot of it was. I mean, you learned, like there was a gentleman named that I knew, Mike Feldon, that was kind of a mentor to me, and showed me, okay, here's how you test a transistor. This is how you want to troubleshoot the game.
Nice.
It's a lot of it's logical. I mean, if you got a problem with a flipper, well, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not got anything to do with the coin door.
Right.
The flipper's bad,
There's the button. Something's not hitting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You kind of connect the dots and you kind of figure
So
it out.
a little bit of a electrician
Sure.
kind of a thing at your core.
Yeah.
So now, when we're talking about the Pinball Lounge, I love the fact that this particular location is already, here and kind of preset with a bowling alley. It's great for kids who have never played a pinball machine. People have birthday parties and stuff here, whether they're bowling, and then the kids kind of stumble into the lounge. Oh, what's going on?
I gotta say, the drink specials here are really awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, $1.50 buds. Come on. $1 Jello shots. I mean,
and the food here is pretty damn
good.
It is good.
We ate a
It is
burger
good.
and fries and a drink. It was $5.
See, that's awesome.
You can't beat that.
But I wanted to talk about, too,
it was good.
It's thepinballlounge.com.
Correct.
That's the website. Can people go there and kind of reserve? How do parties work here?
Well,
What's
you
the
just
best
let us
way?
know. When you get on the Pinball Lounge site, you'll see our you can either email us at info@thepinballlounge.com.
Okay.
Or you can call us.
Okay.
I don't remember what the phone number is off
And
the top of
you've
my
got
head.
your
But it's on the
Facebook link
site.
as well.
We do have a Facebook site.
The Pinball Lounge.
Yeah. The Facebook site's the most.
Any kind of anecdotal stories maybe you've experienced, whether it's before you kind of started this place or during this place, that are worthy of sharing?
Sure. We had a game in here called Fire.
What?
That we had, it was
Fire?
basically,
And
it's
it
called
caught on fire.
It caught on
What?
fire. It did. It was a terrible day.
Well, at least you didn't have a game called Piece of Shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we've had those in here on occasion, but they don't last long. They get pulled out. So.
Well, I want to talk about, too, kind of the stable of games that you have in here, that you make sure there's always fresh games that
and
come
the
in here.
classics, like I was saying, like Pinbots in here.
Okay, yeah, let's do classics, and then let's talk about kind of how
Trons.
frequently you bring new stuff in here.
Sure.
Yeah.
It varies. Right now, we've brought in, since we did Free Play Florida, we had to move a lot of games around because we actually sponsored the tournament that was there.
Oh,
Okay.
Best
Nice.
player in the state, actually best player in the country. The gentleman's name's Eric Stone. Played in that tournament. that we
Really?
Did he
sponsored.
win it?
He did. He did.
won it.
Nice.
We sponsored the IFPA International Flipper Pinball Association. We sponsored the host. We hosted the state finals here last year.
Wow.
And Eric Stone won here. Then he went on to Texas and won the country. So it's
my
best
God.
player in the country. But anyway,
And it came from here.
It came
This
from
is
here.
his training.
Yep. But this was part of
facility.
it. This was part of it. He's actually from Fort Myers originally, but yeah,
Wow.
they came
Nice.
up and played. But yeah, we keep them rotated. We just did a rotation of 3. We always keep a quarter game in here. I think that's important.
Okay.
It's an older game, granted. It's a slower game, but it's a quarter, and it's a good game to teach you how to play. But we always make it a good game. It's not just, like you're saying, some piece of garbage that we bring in and just stick in the corner.
Yeah.
Right now we got Harlem Globetrotters, so if anybody's aware of who they were, it's a classic game. Before we had the one that had Fonzie on it called 8 Ball.
Yeah.
Evil Knievel was a quarter game for a while.
Nice.
But I'm always on the lookout for a really good classic game to teach people how to play. It's not going to cost an arm and a leg.
Just like it was in the day. Dump in a
Exactly.
quarter and you could go to town.
And
Exactly.
I got to say that some of the newer games you have here, like Batman, Star Wars, it's a dollar play. But if you put $2, you get three
plays. Right.
So, well,
and there's ball saves on those games, too. So if the ball drains right off the bat,
Yeah,
you get your ball
yeah.
back. Harlem Globetrotters isn't going to be that gracious. You drain the
Okay.
ball, oh, well. Sorry,
It's
kid.
over.
Yeah, you're done.
So you're in the 70s. It's gone.
Exactly.
Your mom is at Sears and Roebuck at Piccadilly Cafeteria. Talking with Ed Clamp, owner of the Pinball Lounge. And like Jerry said, the Rev said, a lot of these games are phenomenal now with the technology, the graphic interface. I'm blown away because the arms move and you can shoot the ball up into like a train, a bucket. It sits there, and then you have to do something else. And it's almost like you figure it out instinctively. How do you stay kind of on the cutting edge of that kind of stuff?
Well, you get their pinball doctorate, I guess.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, some of the new, like you're saying, Batman and Star Wars, some of the newer games, they've gotten smart with the board setups. And if a board goes out, there are some replaceable components on it, but the boards are the same boards. There's like 4 or 5 of them in the game. So you can unplug it, you make a few switches on it, and then you put it in a different area and say, okay, I've just troubleshot, and I found out that it is this board that's the problem, not something else. And then a lot of the, like flippers have been flippers for a long time.
Yeah.
That stuff is basically, I can't tell you that, the way it works is the same. The components are a little different, so you have to buy Stearns components or Data East or somebody like that.
It's like tires on a car.
Exactly.
Or
the tires on the car haven't changed. They still are the tires. You just have to get different sizes or from different.
But yeah, and the ABS is all their sensors in there now.
Exactly.
So it's
but all
just
cars
like
got brakes and they all pretty much function the same.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that underneath the game.
Yeah.
But,
Cool. We're speaking with Ed Clamp here at the Pinball Lounge. Dude, it's been awesome talking with you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, we love the place. We're going to go in there a little bit later and kind of get a raw sample of the sound, the feel of it. Now, let's talk about, real quick, before we bring Kurt out, let's talk a little bit about some of the nights that you do here, some of the tournaments. I think I saw a couple. If you follow the Facebook page, the Pinball Lounge, you'll be privy to kind of all this stuff, but I'd love to hear it from you.
Sure. Let's start with Thursday night. Well, Tuesday's league. We'll start with Tuesday night.
Tonight.
It's Tuesday, right?
League
Why not?
night.
Why not start with today?
Yeah.
Tuesday night is league. Right now, we've got the end of the league tonight. They're all trying to qualify. They're going to end up with whatever points they got at the end of the night, and then next night, tomorrow or next Tuesday, is the party. The end of every league that we have. Leagues run about 8 or 9 weeks depending on the season.
Okay.
But the league's $5, and that you just pay us $5. And that $5 goes into a party, or not a party, but a prize fund.
Oh, really?
And then you pay to play your games. Now, the cool thing about paying to play your games, you usually get out of here for about $5 because there's a lot of good players, and then you have the game set to match. And so the people are replaying and matching the whole time. So you'll walk up and, oh, hey, wait a minute, this game's already got 2 credits on it. And it's a doubles league, so you got 4 people playing. You and a buddy come in, you and a girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
And you come in and you're both playing. It's a team play. It's a team type thing.
So you just switch
these 2 people versus those 2 people. And they go through, and we play about 9 games a night. I think it's 8 or 9 games. I'd have to look. And they're random games. It's every week. It's different games. But we do that every Tuesday. It usually wraps up at about 9 o'clock.
Okay.
What you guys, if you hang out long enough, what you will see is 9 o'clock tonight. We do what's called Skill Shot Challenge on every Tuesday, and what that is, people just give. They donate $1, and they get a ticket. And what'll happen is, the end of the night tonight, we'll pick a game randomly to say, okay, you have to make this shot on this game to get the pile of money. Right now, it's $91. Nobody's gotten it for a while.
For
tonight, nobody. Yeah, so that's a. And we don't get it. We don't receive any of that.
So, but
that goes all back to the players.
How difficult are those trick shots?
It depends.
It depends on the game.
$91.
Right?
Yeah, lately they've been kind of tough because nobody's gotten it. And it's built up to $91. So.
Oh wow!
But tonight we'll empty it. We'll continue to do it until somebody wins that money.
Nice.
We always post it up on Facebook Live. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
People, we kind of make it goofy, and it's a good time.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You're open 7 days a week?
7 days a week.
So wait, isn't there one night that's talk about
we
the
got
other nights?
We got Thursday night. That's college night from 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. to midnight. It's $1 drafts, $1 hot dogs.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's a good time.
And they roll their hot dogs on the grill. They're not just a boiled dog thrown in a bun. They roll the dogs. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they might even grill the bun.
Wow.
You can get all kinds of different toppings on them. One of my favorites is barbecue and grilled onions. That's pretty good.
Awesome.
See, that's awesome. We'll segue over into the food in a second.
Sure,
Well,
sure.
yeah, like
I
the
want to
burger.
say you kind of gave us a free play on that Batman game, Batman and Robin, and it was phenomenal. I haven't played pinball in so long,
He's
and
like a little
I
kid.
felt like I was like, "What's going on? What do I need to do?" But I will tell you, with hand-eye coordination, with intelligence and problem solving, it's an intelligent person's game.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
You can't, if you walk right up to it and hey, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So
You're going
are
to
you
spend
really saying-
you're going to spend $5-10. So I'm going to say you did not do well. That's
I'm going to say you don't really like pinball then.
no,
yeah.
I'm trying to explain the experience because we are just audio, sir.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Reverend over there, Ed Clamp. We're going to speak with Kurt coming up next. Here, we'll cut away to a little bit of music. Let's chat about some food.
Sure.
We'll go with the food that they have here at Oviedo Bowling. Like he said, he got 2 of these little delicious mini burgers.
Yeah, we shared them.
And
It was delicious.
fries, and it was delicious. You were talking about the wings.
The wings.
Give
Wings
us a
are
little
amazing,
sense of
yeah.
kind of what they do here, because it's superlative food.
Thank you. Yeah, the wings are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got several flavors, but one of the things that they've done before is they'll do the wings, they'll drop them, they'll bring them out, they'll put the sauce on them.
Yeah.
And then, so if you ask them, sometimes they can drop it again.
Redo it.
Yeah, exactly. What'll happen is it
Double
like gets
baked.
around
Well,
the
I guess
fried.
it
That's
was before we leave
pretty
that.
good.
That's a good stuff.
Talk
You
that
can't
up.
believe you're
Depends on when they're changing the grease, so
Yeah.
but double check.
Well, you
They're
see-
pretty good. They're
Yeah.
not messy that way. They're just hot.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great. But
Any other specialties, little tricks?
they've got
or
a really
anything?
good cheesesteak.
Really?
Now from those from Philly, the bun's
Yeah.
not going to be the same kind of bun you're used to, but it's a fantastic cheesesteak. Patty melts are awesome. I highly suggest the patty
Classic
melts.
American fare.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, classic American fare.
like food,
We
dude.
endorse it. We encourage people to come out to the Pinball Lounge and the Oviedo Bowling Center if you're more into that. If your wife likes to bowl and you like pinball, then you could do it all right here. Or if you just like to watch people and eat delicious food and drink incredibly affordable beverages, adult beverages, you can do that here as well. Ed Clamp, thank you so much,
Yeah,
buddy.
Ed,
We
thank
appreciate
you,
you, man.
Yeah.
You rock. We're gonna cut away a little music, get Kurt out here, chat with him for a little bit, and then we'll go inside the Pinball Lounge and kind of talk with some of your folks there doing the tournament.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks
you, brother.
again.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Pinball
thank you,
Lounge, thepinballlounge.com. Dig it, it's WJBW, the JB Rev Show. We will be returning, baby.
On Long Island, where your mom's from, you go searching for some oysters tucked in tide pools, blinking softly.
WJBW.
Oh my God, here we are, sitting right outside of the Pinball Lounge, Oviedo Bowling Center. It is the JB Rev Show. Every week we talk with people making a difference, people pushing forward, to people doing badass stuff.
Yeah, creatives.
Right now, we have Kurt Van Halen. Kurt Van Halen.
Kurt Van Halen.
Hey, is the lost Van Halen brother.
Not Van Hagar.
What's your...
Van Zyl.
I'm so horrible. That's why we're not on the radio, Rev. It's all my fault.
Yeah,
anyway, but co-owner here of the Pinball Lounge. There's also another location in Sanford, which we'll get to and talk about. Ed gave us a little bit of your kind of history with you guys meeting and kind of putting this place together, but I'd love to hear about your origins. Were you a kid that, hey, I'm going to get into pinball, I'm playing Atari, but this is cooler? How did it kind of, start for you?
Well, first of all, I'm not old enough for Atari.
Oh, you're not?
Atari was handed down by my aunt.
Oh, that's us.
It didn't work.
How old are you? Okay.
I'm 33.
Oh, okay.
So it's an NES, but I didn't have a pinball game for that.
I got you.
Okay.
Anywho, well, basically, I remember playing pinball at an arcade called Starbucks. There were 3 locations of Starbucks arcades, one in Longwood, one in Apopka, and one in Conway or somewhere. I never went to that one, but the pinball machines drew me in a little bit, but I was a really young kid. I was probably in 2nd grade, and so I was chasing tickets. I was playing skee ball and doing all the games that give you tickets,
right?
Like Chuck E. Cheese mentality.
Did you grow up here?
Exactly.
Kurt, did you grow up here in Orlando?
I sure did. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Do you remember Fun Machine, or was that?
Fun Machine, absolutely.
Yeah, cool.
Rocky's
Replay.
Oh. I closed down Rocky's Replay a number of times. I'd be playing Ripley's Believe It or Not or Simpsons Pinball there. And they would turn all the sections of machines off and then leave the pinballs on because I was cool with the guys because I ran the bowling alley down the road.
Oh, right, Castleberry.
Castleberry Lanes. Oh, wow. So they shut down and I'd kind of be like, all right, Kurt, you really got to go. And I'm like, okay.
Man, you could get an amber box for like $1.50.
Oh,
and their chili dogs. Really good.
10 years old. What are you talking about?
Well, at that point, I was old enough. Okay. We actually, we would, if it was by day, I'd be getting the hot dogs, and I'd be drinking the Yoo-Hoos out of that Coke machine.
That's
Yoo-Hoo. You get Yoo-Hoo in a can out of the Coke machine for 75 cents. What? And the hot dogs, I mean, it was a good deal.
Those hot dogs are awesome.
I could go on and on about all kinds of different hot dog brands. And I had a hot dog extravaganza for my birthday.
Oh, really?
We had hot dogs and all the toppings you could want. It was freaking amazing. But that's a big digression.
Speaking of hot dogs, the hot dogs here are actually really good too. They're actually grilled.
Yeah.
They're not just boiled water like they used to be.
Rocky's Replay.
Well, Rocky's Replay, they were just boiled dogs.
This guy.
It's always nice when they're grilled, especially butter on the bun and toasted.
See,
delicious.
Anywho, so
now we gotta have a hot dog.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
So I would, that's what I would do at Rocky's, hot dogs at Yoo-Hoo. But then if it was night, of course, you got to get some amber box. It has to be done.
Yeah.
But played at Starbucks a little bit. There were a couple games there. Bone Busters was one of them. It had a talking skull on it, and it would look around. It was on the top of the machine.
Yeah.
And it would tell jokes and stuff. So that caught my eye.
That's awesome.
And what was cool is years later I ended up getting one of those. But the biggest inspiration was a place called the Fun and Games Arcade, which was at the Altamont Mall. They had 2 locations. They had one upstairs that was smaller, one downstairs. Yep. There were 6 pinball machines there, and my collection at home is actually those titles that they had when I was in when I was in middle school. I started playing. Went with my friend Adam Ellis, and he showed me.
Where'd you go, Millway?
I went to Teague Middle School, and then Lake Brantley for high school.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So he showed me that you could win a free game when you play pinball, and all the arcade games. First of all, I wasn't very good at, so I couldn't win the free game on if there was one on those.
Yeah.
But most of them don't have it. So you get a free game at the end if you match these 2 numbers to the other numbers. And I was like, oh my god, I can play for free. This is great. I'm gonna this is all I'm gonna do. So that's what I did. Then I found out my dad liked pinball, so my dad and we ended up going to the mall as a family every week. Every Friday night, we would play pinball, my dad and I, and then my mom would go shop.
Yeah,
and
that's a good choice.
What we did, it was perfect. So that's basically how I got started.
Okay. So it's just kind of a natural extension. Hey, you know, this is something we kind of do as a family. I also see it as, oh my gosh, thank you, Ed. Ed's bringing us some brews.
Ed just walked up with a handful of Coors Light.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ed.
That's wonderful. That's
So everything you were saying before, he's totally contradicting. By the way.
Don't this guy over here.
Do that.
Okay, this guy over here.
We got our lie straight before we start.
He said it was skee ball, not pinball.
He's getting all into like new video games. He's done with pinball.
Don't cut him. I can't cut your mic. We're all sharing a mic.
That's right.
Shut up over there. Shut up, Reverend. Anyway, all right. So, kind of grew up. It was ingrained. Did you have any other kind of, were you a tinker kind of guy? You took stuff apart, tried to figure stuff out, or?
Yeah, I always did some of that type of stuff. I was always taking apart. I had some keyboards, not computer ones. Like a Yamaha PSR, something, whatever.
Yeah.
The little toy keyboards. I'd take those apart and clean them and everything and rebuild them. Yeah, and then then I got a toy pinball machine. And I treated that thing like it was a real one. I'd be taking that thing apart and cleaning the play field and all this. And I was begging my parents for a pinball
Did it have steel balls?
But like a really little.
Or were they like plastic?
It's a little steel ball.
They were, but it was much smaller than the regulation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just like a little thing, bigger than a book. But So I would I begged my parents for a pinball machine. And I even told my mom, I'll take piano lessons for a year if you get me a pinball machine. Yeah. I took, and she was giving me the piano lessons, so I took like 2 and then stopped, and then that Christmas a pinball machine showed up.
Oh wow.
And I had been talking to Ed because I bought some pinball parts, some back glasses.
Oh yeah, this came from Ed, right?
Yeah,
the first pinball.
Well, yeah, I got some back glasses from a lady.
Was it the Black Knight? What was your first game?
It was not. It was a 1978 Williams World Cup.
Okay.
Yeah, so this lady put us in touch.
That?
No, I don't, but I have a World Cup.
Oh, wow.
I have the same title. I sold that. That's how I really got into it even more, is that the machine that my folks got, it was fine, and it worked, and it played, but we were going to move, and I had fixed it up a bit.
Yeah.
And I sold it, and I made a few bucks.
Yeah.
And I thought,
be classic.
Yeah. So then when we moved, I bought a better one. And then I sold that. I fixed it up, and I got a better one, and then it just kept on going up and up and up.
Nice.
So, that's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
So you kind of looked at it like a collectible, but yet something you had a lot of enthusiasm about. And,
absolutely.
And something that's fun. Some people, collect model cars.
Dexterity too. A little bit of anticipation. You have to say, if I hit it this hard, it's going to go back here and come down this side. So in saying all of that, I guess, it's really a game, but it turned into a career for
Absolutely.
you. So take us kind of from that decade there into up to where you're at kind of now.
Well, basically, it was a hobby that supported itself by, selling and getting a better machine and building up. And then it became a thing for some side cash. We were trying to buy a house. So, here I am trying to make some side cash down payment, and I was working for AMF Bowling.
Oh.
I was with them for 11 years. Ran Castleberry Lanes, Altamont Lanes for a bit. So a manager there, assistant manager there. Anyway, so I was at these bowling centers, and the company was changing. I didn't change with it, and then I was gone.
Okay.
Oh, well. Best thing that could ever happen.
Right?
Yeah, right.
Seriously, the best thing that could ever happen.
Nice.
Because now I was trying to look for a regular job for a little bit, and I was like, man, this sucks. I don't want to go on interviews. I don't want to fill out 45 minutes of questionnaires and applications online, and then you submit your resume. I don't want to do this. So I started doing more service calls, people's houses. And then I bought some more machines, and then, just kept doing that, and fast forward to now, Ed and I, like he probably told you guys, we were talking in Free Play, Florida.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to have your own place. Well, months later, I was here at the bowling center where I have some games in their arcade. A couple pinballs were in there, and the manager said, hey, why don't you put some pinball machines in the bar? And I said, man, no one goes in the bar. There's no reason. Why, we aren't going to make any money because no one's in there. But if we make it a place for pinball, we've got something.
Right.
People show up. So now people are showing up. It's working.
Yeah.
So did you even know, I mean, are there groups out there of people besides associations and stuff, but did you know demographically that this, area and in Sanford, which I want to talk about the Sanford location with you, did you kind of do research and say, hey, this, would be a good rich area for this, or did you kind of take a gamble there, or how did that all flesh out?
I'll tell you what. There was absolutely no research done as far as the demographic or market.
His spot came up. He was like, you know what?
Hey, I got a free plate.
No, because I gotta say, man, I would drive out of my way to come over here. That's
it's definitely awesome, and I've discovered it tonight, and I know that our listeners will discover it as well.
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk about the Sanford location because we're not there now, and the Rev got to go check that out. Let's talk a little
downstairs.
about that. Tell us about that.
I mean, you must have like 12. 15 games there?
We've got 10 there.
10, all right.
10. And 10's a good number.
Where is that location?
It's at the Sanford Mall, the Seminole Town Center Mall.
Okay.
In a store called the Whiny Wench.
Right.
Oh.
And
it's in the back.
Yep, it's in the back of the Whiny Wench. We got a sign out front that changes color and lights up so you can find it. It's right by Center Court, downstairs from the food court.
Okay. And so, something really cool.
In a mall. Like you
in the mall.
First discovered it.
Yeah.
And the Whiny Wench, they actually sell alcohol there, too. They've got a great wine slushy that you can have, and you can take it anywhere in the mall with you as well.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they sell wine and wine accessories.
Yeah.
And they're actually, the Whiny Wench has locations in like 9 different malls.
Oh,
it's
nice.
really taken off, but the one in Seminole Town Center, I believe, is the first one, and it's the biggest one. And yes, they've got the bar. You can take your wine around anywhere you want. You can get a slushie if you want. Oh, yeah. Upstairs they have a bar, too. It looks like a giant pirate ship.
Oh, wow.
And that's how I got to know the owner, is we were going there every other week for karaoke in the middle of the mall.
Yeah.
And one night I was just talking with her about mall stuff. I was, how do these businesses survive? What do they do? And how does it work to get a place in the mall? And I was purely just curious. But then she said, oh, yeah. I said, well, yeah, I do a pinball thing. It'd be kind of neat to put pinballs in the mall, but I don't know how we could ever do it. She said, well, why don't you put pinball machines in my store?
Dang.
Well, I wasn't really getting after that, but okay. Sounds good to me. You want to go downstairs and look at the space and see where we can put it?
And it's a really cool little setup.
Boy, howdy, I'll tell you what. She took me downstairs. We're carrying... I've got a beer in my hand. She's got her wine in her hand or whatever. And I'm going downstairs on the escalator with these in our hands.
Yeah.
In the mall.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could light a cigarette up in there.
Yeah.
But it's
that would
complete.
be perfect.
But no more smoking
You'd be in
anymore.
the 80s.
Yeah. It's 1981 again.
Yeah.
But we're going down there, and she shows me the room and shows me this area to the left that has a really swank look, and the floor is a pluralized gold floor with sparkles in it. It's real shiny, real awesome looking. And then there was like a scan design fancy leather sectional sofa.
Yeah,
and
it's still there.
Oh man, that's awesome. And this room is just big enough for 10 pinballs. And then we said, we'll leave this couch here. We can line this wall up. We'll put cool lighting up. We'll do the whole room. It'll be really cool. Change machine, and you're set. And she said, well, okay, let's do it. I said, well, I'm gonna need like a month. No, you don't want to do it tomorrow? No, we're really going to need a month. We got to get our stuff together. But it happened, and now we're open, and we've got the machines there, and it's a good time.
Phenomenal.
It's a well-rounded lineup, too. We've got games from the 70s and whatnot.
What are some of your favorite games? Are there pinball games out there that you kind of have your eye on, that you want to bring to Central Florida, either one of these locations that you maybe yourself have never experienced or played?
Well, you said my favorite games. My favorite games have already been in all the locations. Taxi, Fishtails, Whitewater. So those have all been around. But coming up soon, we got a lot of good games that are being released. And we're looking at some of the weird titles that are coming out. We're not sure what we're going to get, but Guardians of the Galaxy.
Really?
Yeah. The new Guardians of the Galaxy pinball has just been unveiled. We're going to have it next Tuesday.
Nice.
It'll be unboxed.
That's in Sanford?
That'll be here.
That'll be here.
Unboxed? What do you mean
unboxed?
unboxed?
Oviedo Bowling Center. Well, a pinball machine comes in a giant box.
Oh, so you're going to...
And it's kind of a to-do. Like, it's almost a celebratory thing when you get a new pinball machine.
Okay. Imagine.
Taking it out of the box, unpacking it, smelling it.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing.
Yeah, that new pinball machine
So
smell.
you're going to unveil this next Tuesday?
Next Tuesday.
Which
Absolutely.
wow.
is also the last
inaugural-
night of your tournament as
It
well.
is. It's our party night for the league,
Ah.
and then we're going to do a live unboxing on Facebook
Wow.
at approximately 9 p.m.
Wow.
So-
Next Tuesday.
Absolutely,
That's
next
something to
Tuesday.
look forward
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Thepinballlounge.com. Speaking with Kurt, and we're going to go inside in a little bit to
for
kind of
sure.
get the full ambiance out here, but we are so grateful you guys accommodated us in this nice
Definitely.
little area out here where we can get a good, clean conversation. We don't want all that noise. Do you ever kind of go, hey, there's too much noise going on in here? Are there important
It's
things
too
that
loud,
need to
you're too
be
old.
spoken about or anything? Does that ever come into, if somebody's not been to a pinball lounge or a pinball bar before, is that ever a factor of them? That people get upset? Man, it's too loud.
No, people
Those
don't get
millennials
upset.
that you are? No.
People don't get upset about the noise at all. I actually like the noise because obviously if the noise is happening, people are
Yeah.
playing.
That's
So-
cha-ching.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not to sound greedy or nothing, but I got to pay for these machines somehow,
Yeah.
right? And that's the cool part. Speaking of paying for machines, pretty much everything we make here, we just go buy more machines.
It's
Nice.
incredible.
Put in new machines, and it just makes it better and better. So that's cool,
It's a huge commitment. Are there, and it's a commitment to the industry itself.
Yes.
Are there things that you haven't done here yet that you kind of want to do or want to set up? Or are there other places across the country you've been to? They say, hey, that's cool. I'd like to bring that here.
Yeah, there's some things that we're looking forward to doing. First of all, we've run several tournaments here.
Yeah.
And this past year, we've just been really busy with the Whiny Wench. My wife and I just had a baby.
Oh,
and,
congrats.
yeah,
Congratulations.
thanks.
Congrats.
So, all kinds of stuff like that. And we haven't done as many tournaments. Next year, we're looking at doing a tournament every month.
Wow. All right.
Whether it's a really serious tournament or it's a fun thing for entry-level players,
Right.
whatever. We just want to have them so people can experience that. And there's also, going along with the tournaments, we've got this idea. It's not an idea. Other people have done it. But we want to have screens above the machines where you can watch as people play.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool. So
when
like
you stand behind it.
a POV cam.
POV,
but,
yep.
with a monitor above the machine.
Yes, POV pinball.
POV pinball.
You can
You can get facials. You can
What?
Get,
no, come on. No,
reverse
it's point of
cowgirl.
view. That's what that means. It's not pornography over there.
And
Little
if you
reverend.
chat with us, we'll do certain stuff for money.
Wow. Okay. How do I? Somebody save me!
POV pinball.
We're about to go inside of the Pinball Lounge and kind of hear some of the excitement going on. What time is it? Oh, so we got about a half an hour until the 9 o'clock time when you guys do what here?
Yeah, the Skill
You do
Shot
the
Challenge.
Skill Shot Challenge.
We do that every Tuesday during
So-
our league.
So we'll go in there. We're going to speak with a couple of regular patrons, people
Yeah, I
that come
think
here,
the
enthusiasts,
pot's like $91
things like that.
tonight, isn't it?
$91. It's going to be
Yeah.
more because people still need to buy tickets yet. So it'll probably be 110 or whatever.
Nice.
And if you want to find the Pinball Lounge on Facebook, I think it's just as simple. The Pinball Lounge on Facebook, thepinballlounge.com on the intrawebs. Any closing thoughts or sentiments about
Yeah, I got two things.
Yeah.
When
we only
you
got
come-
time for one.
Sorry, I got three things then.
He's got 4 things now. He just won a new thing by playing the game correctly. And
First thing is, if you see a pinball machine somewhere, play it. Whether it's
That's a great
here
point.
or anywhere. Play it, experience it, have fun. We want people to play, we want people to enjoy it and experience it. And then if you really want to play a pinball machine, you got to come here.
Come here.
So we got
Yeah,
the best
for
ones.
sure.
But this Friday, Black Friday is going on.
Right?
Did Ed discuss Black Friday?
No.
No.
Oh,
No.
boy, we
What's
got a
happening?
new thing we're doing over at the Whiny Wench location at the Seminole Town Center Mall. We're going to be doing half-price pinball for Black Friday all day.
Wow.
So
All
you
right.
go in
That's
there, you
awesome.
put your quarters in.
That's awesome.
If a game is $1 and you put in $1, you're going to get $2 worth of credits.
Wow.
So it just doubles whatever you put in. So technically it's half off, but we're doubling what you put in the machines.
That's great.
So Black Friday at Whiny Wench in Seminole Town Center, and then every Friday night, including this Friday, here at the Oviedo Bowling Center Pinball Lounge, we do Flip Out Friday, which is all you can play pinball from 8 p.m. to midnight, and it's only $10 a person.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
I don't think
Come in
Ed
and play as
mentioned
much
that.
as you want.
Oh,
that's
incredible. Come in to the Pinball Lounge, either location, Oviedo, Sanford, and say hi to these guys. You're going to get addicted, because I was saying, I played that damn Batman and Robin game, and I haven't played a pinball game in eons.
You're
ages.
ready to give up meth just for this,
okay,
you?
That's not true. But
one addiction for another.
It is so
his face looks a lot clearer.
Yeah, it's amazing, right? It's lemon juice and apple cider vinegar. Anyway, but it's addicting, and if you haven't done it, or it's like something you haven't done since the 80s, try it again. There are new games besides the old classic games, which the classic you want to try will cost you $0.25 here. There's games here that are $0.25, kind of the old classic games. Get yourself trained up, and then go try one of these newfangled old computer game, graphic game on the thing. You can't play pinball on your phone and get the experience, or can you? Are you an advocate of the little apps, or what?
I'm a huge advocate of the apps.
You are?
I am.
Okay.
Only because it gets people interested in playing real pinball. The apps are letting people play the real pinball machines virtually. Yeah. And then when they come in to a live location,
and they at least get kind of the flow of how the ball comes in.
Sure,
I haven't played for a while, and I'm like, okay, here comes this ball. I've got to hit the flipper, and I've got to hit it hard because I want to shoot it that way. And it's almost to some regard like pool, And once you play pool, you've got to know how to be soft, gentle, hard with the flipper action. So
there's definitely ways to control it. But with the like, you could go on your phone and play Addams Family pinball right now.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what, you'll learn the rules of the game. You might learn where the ball is going to go, but when you play the physical thing, it's a totally different experience.
Totally.
But it's getting people into what we do here. So I love the virtual pinball.
Nice.
Even selling machines, the prices have gone up because.
Oh, really? Because of the virtual?
Yeah. When a game gets released, then more people are interested.
Do you see it getting more and more popular? The whole pinball phenomenon?
Yeah, I think it's going to keep going.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
We still haven't reached everybody.
Well, we're kind of missing.
Show will reach everybody.
Well, we're kind of missing that. It's a tactile thing. It's
like I said, it's like vinyl. It's going to make a comeback.
There you go. And vinyl has made it.
Vinyl made a huge comeback.
The things that you can't do the same on your phone are what works.
Because I mean, let's face it, you can't play pinball without the actual machine.
Yeah. And Reverend plays pinball in his pocket. Okay. All right. The JB Rev Show every week, talking with talented people. Thank you to the two business owners here, Ed and Ken. The Pinball Lounge. We highly endorse it. We're going to play a little bit of music. We're going to go walk around live inside of the Pinball Lounge, give you a little bit of the feel, and then bust out of here.
Thanks again, Kurt.
Hey, you're welcome. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
For trial.
Hold it, baby, 'cause you're gonna love me there more. Got time for them. Well, I got time for them. Hold it, baby, 'cause you're gonna cry a little more when I say bye to them. When I say bye to them. I woke up in the hotel room. God damn, you look fantastic. But if your boyfriend comes through, someone's gonna get their ass kicked. Sorry if I'm a little bit rude. Just one of my bad habits. But I like what you do. Let's just call it magic. Hold it, baby, 'cause you're gonna love me little more. Got time for them. Well, I got time for them. Hold it, baby, 'cause you're gonna cry a little more when I say bye to them. When I say bye to them. Oh, daddy, 'cause all the daddy feels are so confident. I'm so confident. Oh, daddy, 'cause all the daddy feels are so confident. I'm so lost in it. Mama said concentrate. Don't waste your time on that shit. Don't stay out too late. Someone's gonna get their escape. I know that you're not fake. So far away from plastic. But I don't want to wait. Girl, I got to have it. Hold it, baby, 'cause you're gonna love me little more. Got time. confident. I'm so confident. All the dirty girls, all the dirty girls are so confident. I'm so lost in it.
We thought we could find an easier, softer way, but we could not.
All right, there you go. WJBWnetworks.com, the JB Rev Show.
Oh, yeah.
We are here live inside of the Pinball Lounge, as obviously now you can kind of hear all of the action going on. They have a pretty cool mural over there. They have a big chalk thing running all the way across the top runner of all the machines. How many machines are in here?
It's the mural over there.
Who is that?
Pinball, which is a great, famous classic game.
Now, they have this chalk thing running all the way across. I guess they kind of talk about all the things they have going on there, their events. I would say the Facebook page, the Pinball Lounge, one of the best ways to get, because they do live videos. Now, I'm looking at a Ghostbuster game, and that looks cool as hell. See that? And is that the new Ghostbusters? Oh, that's the classic. That's the classic Ghostbusters. Guys, now let's see if we can get some of these.
There's over 20 pinball machines in here.
There's over 20, definitely in here. Yeah, and now
plus a great jukebox as well.
Bally is over there. They got great lighting in here. It's a great experience.
Yeah, it is.
Hold on, we're gonna try to get it. Some of the patrons over here, if we can do it.
Looks like he was going to.
He was going to play a game. Going to the bathroom? No, I think that's just how he always walks. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I see the Addams Family game. I see Tank. Hey, Tank. Tank. Come on over, Tank. All right, there he is, Tank. Here you go. Put these headphones on, bud. Hey, Tank. All right, so you're definitely an advocate of the Pinball Lounge. How the hell are you doing tonight? Thanks for chatting with us. How you doing, bud?
Doing really awesome. Yes, I love the Pinball Lounge. I come here pretty much every week, once for league and one for flip out on Friday.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing place.
Do you how long have you been playing pinball?
I've been playing since around 2011 with a passion. Yeah.
And you just love it. It's different from video games, right? Because it takes a lot of intelligence almost to know and predict where the ball's coming and how hard to hit it and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. And the thing is that pinball can't be 100% reproduced at home, while video games can.
Right.
And so it's just an experience coming to the lounge. You know, I get to meet and socialize with people, and it's a great place for me to come to for, you know.
Yeah, there's like the whole feel of the machine, and each machine and each game is different, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, so you kind of have to really, play each one by itself and get an experience. What is one of your favorite games here?
I'd say one of my favorites is Attack from Mars. Just a timeless theme. I love sci-fi, battling aliens, and it has a very simple rule set.
So, hey, Tech, you're actually up right now. We're going to talk to you.
Oh, he's up.
Okay.
Oh, he's up. Thanks for talking with us, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, we don't want to keep him away from the game. We got another pinball art. Here you go. All right, what's your name? Welcome. We're talking with fans of the Pinball Lounge. What's your name?
The one that I bought is Demolition Man. That was my favorite of all time.
Demolition Man?
Yes.
Talking to that.
Hello.
What's your name? Gina. Okay, cool. Good to meet you. So you've been here. You've been doing this since they've been here, right? Or how'd you discover this place?
Actually, I just moved here about 4 or 5 years ago from Rhode Island.
Okay, what part?
East Providence.
Okay, my ex-wife's from Massapequa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I typed in pinball because I love pinball, and it came up with this place, and it's like an hour and a half away. I live over on Indian Lake.
Oh, wow.
So
Right.
Worth a trip. I came down here, and as soon as I walked in, the first machine I seen was Demolition Man.
Yeah.
So I just bought that, and then he told me about the leagues and everything, and I've been coming about 8 months.
That's fantastic.
I love it. Love it.
That's fantastic. Very cool.
This is one of the best things they ever came out with.
So where you live, I guess in Long Island, you played a lot. Were there places like this there?
In Rhode Island, they have a place in Olneyville that's just like this. They have maybe 15 pinballs, and every Tuesday night, same thing, they have a league.
Really?
They work a little differently, the way they pay and stuff.
Yeah.
You pay an X amount and all the games are on free play. Here, we pay like $5 and we have to pay. It's a little different, but it's still fun.
What was your best experience on a game? Did you ever get a crazy high score that you're like, oh my god?
Yes, I was playing, I think it was Aerosmith over there, and I don't know what happened. I just play, extra balls, going crazy, multi-ball, and when I was done, everybody clapped.
Yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
that made me feel good. I'll always remember that.
Right on.
Felt like a rock star or something.
Yeah, right.
So are you playing the
Pinball Wizard?
Yes. I'm partners with the gentleman who was just here, that young kid Tank.
Are you excited about the skill shot tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Are you in there?
It's up to like
I'm always in it.
$100 tonight.
Oh, always in it, yeah.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
I love a challenge.
Yeah, nice.
It's nice when the kids win. Like Tank, he doesn't work. He has Tourette's. It was cool.
You see, and that's what's cool about it too, is it takes skill, to be able to coordinate, and that's what we were talking with him about. It takes a skill and intelligence to work out the best timing, and how you hit it and how it's going to land.
Exactly.
Do you like the old school games, or do you really like I'm looking at the Ghostbusters game and all of the graphic interface, all of the additional, mechanics of it? Do you like that, or do you like more of the old school kind of?
No, I like the new ones. I mean, the old ones were easier to win on. These, they give you more things to compete for. Yeah. Instead of having just one or two events that you can get, you can go for 10 different things.
Right. Yeah. There's more options.
Oh yeah, it makes it a lot more fun.
Hey, Gina, I got a question for you.
Sure.
Do you like big juicy melons?
Do I like what?
Big juicy melons.
What?
No, I don't like it.
So there's.
I don't.
All right, big juicy the pinball game.
It's a new game.
Okay.
In an old style.
Oh.
I don't like it at all. You're either new or you're old. You can't mix it like that.
I haven't played it. I'm gonna try it out.
It's like the records. I collect records.
Okay.
I saved all my records since I was young, and they all have the date when I bought them. But the new records that they sell now with Barnes and Nobles, whatever, it's a different kind of plastic. It's very heavy that they make at the vinyl.
Yeah.
I just bought a record the other day from a record store. I've been looking for this record for years. It's Cheech and Chong. Remember that Cheech? I don't know. You guys are younger than me. The one that had the rolling paper inside.
Okay, yeah.
Well, back in the day, we used the rolling paper, so I finally found the record with the paper inside. It was $50, but it was worth it to me. I'll never.
Where'd you get it? Like in a thrift store or something?
I got in the record store.
At an actual record store. Oh, you bought it new?
Yeah,
not
brand
open.
New. Not
see,
open.
that's awesome.
Very hard to find.
And there's definitely an appreciation of classic things, I would say, that people have that come here and play pinball. You've got to either kind of be a little bit of a collector or have an appreciation for things like this.
It's a challenge. Look, you got young kids here too. I never expected to see that. When I came here, I figured it's going to be everyone my age and up.
Right.
There's kids over here, 17, 18, and they're enjoying this more than the video games at home.
Yeah.
It just takes skill, It takes a different kind of skill.
Yeah, you're right. What was your name again?
Gina.
Gina, great. JB, that's the Rev. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
we're gonna see if we can walk around a little bit. You want to point anybody else over us that's a big fan of this place?
You walk around.
You want? Huh? Okay. All right, there we go. We're gonna try to walk around.
What do you guys like with a radio station?
We're doing radio, internet radio. It's the JB Rev Show. We're live from inside of the Pinball Lounge, and as we walk around here.
Technical, you talk to him.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah, we're gonna go. There's Tank again. What's up, Tank? How you doing?
Doing really awesome. I'm back. Doing great. I just played Medieval Madness.
Yeah.
Which is a lot like Attack from Mars. You basically have, instead of the saucer, you have a castle that's straight up the middle, and your goal is to Thank you. Your goal is to defeat the King of Pain and all of his men, right?
That's awesome.
And so you need to destroy all of his castles and all the henchmen's men's castles, and you need to rank up on each title. So Castle Crusher is with the castles, and there's one for trolls, can't remember the name, and you need to rank up on each one. There's peasants, we had to save peasants. No, they saved the damsel.
It's very intricate. There's a lot of detail to it. Like we were talking with Gina, it takes a lot of skill, right? Yeah. Is that why you love it?
That's one of the reasons why I love pinball so much, is that it's just one of those arcade games that's physical, addicting, but at the same time 100% skill.
Yeah.
Even if it goes in the outlanes, you could still save it. There's potential for saving the ball when it goes in the outlanes. And
yeah, so hold on. I switched over to a different frequency of this microphone, so it sounds a little better.
Okay. Does it sound good?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Yeah, and so when you look at other arcade games that have been popular for, let's say, over the past 10 years, like claw games, Stacker, Barber Cut, all those games you can win big prizes. They're fun, but you're not guaranteed to win the major prizes. They're set for you. They're actually predetermined for you to win out of, let's say, 1 in 500 for perhaps an iPhone or an iPod Touch. But meanwhile, when you play pinball, it's a very fun game, very rewarding, and it's like a video game, just in a different experience and format. You know, it's like baseball with 2 bats, and
right.
You can get multiple balls for jackpots, and you can even combine other modes together to
see. That's awesome.
It's just amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah, because it takes more critical thinking than just, hey, I'm going to play a video game. And I like video games. I like strategic RPGs and stuff like that. Things that you have to really think about. And hey, I'm gonna try to do this, but I got to change my method the next time. And this is a lot like that. It's kind of like a lot like an RPG, like a role play game,
Yeah, it's very deep.
What was have you ever had a crazy experience playing a game, like where you didn't think you were going to get something or win something and you found?
I will say that while at Disney Quest, I was playing the Avengers, didn't have any tilt, and so went in the outlanes, but because of the lack of tilt, I was able to get it all the way back into the in lanes and resume playing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, because you don't do that very often in pinball.
A lot of games have just the one flippers at the bottom, or do you like the ones with the flippers at the top as well, or is that kind of jack you up?
I think I like when it has an awesome goal and when it has a cool design. Twilight Zone has more than 3 flippers. I think that's 4. And Adam's Family has 4 flippers as well. And when they were first released, they were game-changing. You see, with Adams, you had this feature called Thing Flips. And what happened was, when the Bear Kicks ramp, the right ramp, was lit, what happened was you shoot it when it's lit, and all of a sudden it's redirected into the lower left flipper, no, the upper left flipper. And what happens, it flips by itself, powered by a sort of computer. It's very advanced for its time, and this was released back in 1992. And it's fun and amazing.
Wow. Yeah. Well, phenomenal. Well, thanks so much for talking with us. You want to walk around with me a little bit?
Sure.
All right, we're going to be mobile here. We're going to walk around. Let's see who we can talk with. We just got to make sure that nobody trips on our wire over here. Oh, excuse us. Hey, how you doing? Hey, there's Kurt. How you doing, Kurt? What's up? Hey, what's up? Hey, man, are you a Pinball Lounge fanatic?
I'm in the league, man. I love this place.
You're a league man. All right, cool. Hey, you want to take some headphones? You want to talk with us for a second? Are you in the middle of a game? You're good? Okay, hold on. Yeah, there you go. All right, hold on. Let me get my hand out of there. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Speaking with the JB Rev Show, what's your name?
My name's Chris.
Chris, all right, cool. How long you been coming here, man?
This is my third season, so about 6 months.
Third season? So you're kind of a big winner?
No, but it's really fun. It's really fun. No, there's a lot of big winners out here, but I had a couple buddies that are here now. They brought me out, and I was like, I would love to join.
Have you won? Have you won some of these tournaments?
Well, everyone wins in the end, kind of, but we're not doing too hot, but the fun is there.
Yeah. What's one of your favorite games?
So my favorite we just got off of is Whitewater, just because it has a monkey that spins around.
Which one? Whitewater? Whitewater.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the retro games are pretty good, like Black Hole.
Yeah, and those are like just a quarter, right? Some of the retro ones.
Yeah, the retro ones are definitely a different play. Like it's slower, a little more
yeah.
Buick. It's a Buick.
Well, and that's what Tank and I were talking about, kind of with all of the computer graphics and stuff. Is it better or worse? And I think it's a lot better, though. Because I played that Batman game, and I was blown away. I haven't played pinball in years, and I was like, this is phenomenal.
A lot going on those games. It's a lot like the Ghostbuster game they have, Batman Ghostbuster.
Yeah, I haven't played that one either. Well, we endorse this place. I appreciate you talking with us. We wanted to come inside and kind of talk with some of the patrons of the Pinball Lounge. What are we doing here? You guys are about to start up 9 o'clock and do your thing. Thanks for chatting with us, Chris. Tank, thank you. Let me make sure. There you go. Thanks. That's perfect. Yeah, just slide that over. There you go. You rock. Thank you, buddy. All right, I'm going to go try to find the Reverend, make sure I don't trip anybody and all this stuff here. Thank you, Tank. Thank you. Oh, man. All right, so I'm coming over to the Harlem Globetrotters game, and it is a quarter to play the Harlem Globetrotters game. And I don't know where the Reverend went, but they got great music playing here. They've got Paragon. That's a classic video game. Looks like it's a one play 50 cents. They've got there it is, Black Hole. This is a classic game right here. One play 50 cents. The Pinball Lounge, Black Hole. Wow, people have been playing this for so long. This is such a beautiful looking game, and there's a sub layer of the game where the ball can go and hits all these other ringers. This is a phenomenal game. I'm probably going to stop and play. And then they got Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I guess this is from the 90s. One play, 75 cents. This is a phenomenal place. We strongly and highly endorse coming out here. Go play the Star Wars game. That's one of the newer kind of computer interface games. A little bit of graphics in there and everything. There's the Reverend over there. Where's he at? All right. We're going to go back outside and finish the show with the Reverend. We got to come inside here and talk with a bunch of people. Hey, Rev, come on over here, buddy. Hold on. Okay. We're going to come outside here and finish up the show. Oh, man. That was phenomenal, bro. That was awesome. Dude, I got to talk to a lot of people.
Yeah, that was good. Oh.
Hold on. No, there we go. Okay, we're back on 360.
Good,
what I
man.
wanted to do, we're going to close out the show in usual fashion here. Just grab a pair of headphones there. But yeah, that was great. We wanted to say we highly endorse the Pinball Lounge.
Yeah,
we want to
really
encourage
awesome.
people to come out here, really experience kind of a little bit of yesteryear and a little bit of future too, as well, because there's so many cool games, and we're probably going to go inside and play a couple of games. But as always, we want to thank our sponsors, PolkasHottest.com. We got a new sponsor. It's Infotainment.com. Infotainment, you want to upgrade the stuff inside of your car, all of your CD players and everything like that. You can do infotainment.com, ShannonHoltArt.com, Modern Music Movement, and we'll include the Pinball Lounge as well. Anything, closing thoughts or sentiments for you, buddy?
Oh, this has been great, man. I'm glad we came out here.
Well, thank you. Thank you for setting it up. Great job. We appreciate the people hanging out with us.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Kurt.
Thank you, Ed. Kurt, there you go. Learn yourself something. Don't be afraid to show some love on your fellow man, your fellow woman or man. Wait.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right. We'll see you some other time. We'll probably take off next week, maybe some of December as well. So it is the JB Reb Show. Close out a little bit of music here. See you later.
One of these days, I'll figure out a way to make you say that we're okay. We're okay. One of these days, I could take my love away, and you'd be left with all this pain. Is that okay? Is that okay? Or can I be the one to hold you down? People trying, but I think I'm found out how to be the one to hold you down. It won't be easy, but I'll tell you now. Baby, you got it all. You got the mind, body, spirit, and soul. Baby, you gotta know. You got the mind, body, spirit, and soul. Baby, you gotta know. You got the mind, body, spirit, and soul. Baby, you got it all. You got it all. Oh. Baby, don't play. I want you in every way. My heart want every taste. Every taste. Baby, don't play. It's never too late for you to say, can you take me all the way? All the way, yeah, yeah. Can I be the one to